Hi there, Joel from Jonesy's, and I've been really busy knocking out diesel conversions and other projects for the last couple years. And as a result of me being so busy, shop organization has kind of taken a back burner, and today that's going to change. So we're going to focus on some quick shop organization stuff to get stuff picked up off the floor and organized so we can use it. So what we're specifically going to do today is I'm going to show you guys how we organize our chains. And currently, a lot of my trucker chains and tow chains are stored in this really sexy scoop away bucket. You can see kind of inside there's some remnants of some chains and a bunch of other stuff. And so we're not going to have this be part of the shop anymore.
So here's what I have been doing. As you can see, we've got this pretty nice Gladiator rack here, and I've been using it to hang shackles, all my lifting slings, tow strap, kind of ratchet straps and things like that, as well as obviously some extension cords and stuff that it's hard to store in bins. And but the problem is that a lot of these shackles and all of my chain binders and obviously load levelers, as well as my like trucker chain, is way too heavy to be hanging on a wall organization like that. So my plan is to build a little rack like this, starting out with a big piece of I-beam on the bottom for a base, piece of round tubing, a wide flange 6-inch piece of I-beam for the top. All my lifting gear and my chains will just clip over like that and then hang on the channel. Now I just have it kind of mocked up here. This is the spot that it's ultimately going to go, right next to my big sandblast cabinet, as well as right next to the door. So size-wise, I didn't want it to stick out too far to encroach on the door, and I didn't want it to be too long and block access to obviously 220 welder plug, air fittings for the sandblaster and the hose, things like that. So this I-beam right now is a little bit more than 4 feet. So my sandblast cabinet is right at 4 feet. So I'm gonna make this top I-beam 3.5 feet long, which will be a little bit wider than the base. The base just happens to be about 37 inches or so. But we're gonna go for it. If I have to add some legs for some more stability on that base later, then I'll do that. But like I said, all this stuff came out of our like scrap pile. So we're recycling. This piece of pipe was already this length. That I-beam was already that length. And so only cutting I have to do is plasma off these little ends and then obviously cut this to length. And then I'll scarf that off of there so that it's not sticking out. So let's get right down to it. Well, we got all the plasma work done. Got the ends kind of quickly ground smooth, and I got the paint kind of buffed off in the areas where the pipe's gonna go. So now I'm going to weld this pipe, tack this pipe, I should say, to the top piece. And then we'll flip it over and put it on the bottom piece. And of course, it's gonna start to rain here on me, so I might have to move inside, which is a bummer because I don't want to get anywhere near that nice Camaro. Here's the pile of chains and binders and load levelers and everything. Plus, we emptied out the trailer, and there's a couple more chains underneath this pile of straps. So we've got the stand kind of tacked together, just some some decently sized tacks so that I can load it up and it's not gonna fall over. And my plan is to start to load it up so I can decide what other kind of custom stuff we need to do to it. And so obviously the least used items, chain binders, chains are gonna go on the back side here. So we're gonna line this whole section with chain binders and chain. And then the more commonly used stuff for the bridge crane that we use for lifting stuff in the shop is gonna get stacked up and kind of organized on the outside. And then I'm thinking what we'll do is down here on this rusty post is we'll add some studs, and this is where we will stack the actual like heavy ratchet straps. So let's get all the chains and chain binders hung on there and we'll see where we're at. Here's the rack loaded down with the chain. This is a work in progress. So my goal here is to load it down with all of the chains that I've got that I need to organize, as well as the binders. And then as we'll consider this to be phase 1 or part 1. And then as for part 2, I'll retrofit it, get a little bit more fancy. I'm gonna have to fabricate some specific brackets and stuff on the CNC plasma to get all of the shackles organized, as well as all of the soft lifting gear, including all these ratchets, axle straps, and things like that. So if you guys enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you get updated on all the other cool projects we're doing out here in the shop. Thanks for watching.